board members, Mr. Santos, and district staff. The time is 6:30 p.m. on this, the 14th day of November 2018, and I call this special called meeting of the United Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. I believe it's you, sir. It says Mr. Molina, but would you care to take roll?
Go ahead. Oh. Mr. Vélez?
Present.
Mr. Montemayor? Mr. Montemayor. Mr. Gilbert?
Jed Gilpin for the record, present.
Mr. Gilpin, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, just.
Ricardo Moreno,
I was
for the record.
supposed to say something over there in the back with my wife, and I got Mr. Alisa.
Alisa Oliveros, present.
Paseo Juan Roberto Ramirez. We
Okay.
have a quorum.
Okay. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Agenda item 3A, order canvassing the November 6, 2018 Board of Trustees election results. Ms. Monica Madrigal?
Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Santos, members of the audience. Tonight we bring the November 6, 2018 Board of Trustee election results as certified by the Webb County Elections Administrator. Before you are the election returns, and it is recommended that these returns be read into the minutes and voted for acceptance. I will proceed with the canvassing of the votes for District 3 and 6. Roberto Bobby Villarreal, total votes received 1,713, 37.24%. Alisa Flores Oliveros, total 2,284 votes received, 49.65%. Mauricio Murillo, 603 votes received, 13.11%. Therefore, Ms. Oliveros remains our board member for District 3. Juan Roberto Ramirez, total votes received 2,464, 69.41%. Tony Winteroth, 1,086, total votes received 30.59%. Therefore, Mr. Juan Roberto Ramirez remains as our board member for District 6. I will need a motion to accept the returns as presented.
Okay, is there a motion?
I move to approve the canvass and accept the results of the November 6, 2018 UISD School Board election and authorize the issue of certificates of election to the elected trustees.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor? Okay, motion passes.
Yes. Now we will proceed with the execution of statement of officers and the oath of office for the November 6, 2018 newly elected United ISD Board of Trustees as required by Article 16, Section 1B and 1A of the Texas Constitution. So we're going to start with District 3. Ms. Oliveros, can you please step forward? And Judge Salinas.
Okay.
Raise your right hand.
I have to repeat after me. Okay, I
I,
state your name.
Alisa Flores Oliveros,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly paid,
or indirectly paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contribute,
contribute,
or promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
of the election
in which I was elected,
in which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever the case may be.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay. Now the oath of office. I state your name.
I, Alisa Flores Oliveros,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office of a trustee
the duties of the office of a trustee
for District 3
for District 3
of the Board of Trustees for the United Independent School District
of the Board of Trustees for the United Independent School District
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution and laws
and defend the Constitution and laws
of the United States,
of the United States,
of this state,
of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Montemayor, would you step forward? Mr. Judge Salinas.
Okay. I
I,
state your name.
Javier Montemayor,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I have not directly
that I have not directed
or indirectly paid,
or indirectly paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contribute,
contributed,
and promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promise any public office
or promised any public office,
or employment for the giving,
or
employment for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever the case may be.
So help me God.
So help me
Okay, oath of office. I
God. I,
state your name.
Javier Montemayor,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of the trustee
of the office of trustee
for District 5
for District 5
of the Board of Trustees
of the Board of Trustees
for the United Independent School District
for the United Independent School District
of the State of
of
Texas,
the State of Texas,
and will do,
and will do,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
and the laws of the United
and
States
the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of the state.
so help me
So
God.
help me God.
Congratulations.
Lisa.
Yes.
Here, Lisa.
For District 6, Mr. Remy, will you please step forward? And Judge Oscar Hale.
All right. I'd like to- First of all, good evening. Being that it's Veterans Day, Mr. Ramirez valiantly served during the Vietnam War era, in the Vietnam War from 1966 to 1967. I wanted to dedicate, and this being, again, Veterans Week, I'll say the whole week, I'd like to dedicate a poem that I wrote specifically to honor our Vietnam soldiers. And this was written from the perspective of someone who was there, and I had my uncle who served in Vietnam start it off, because I said I can't start it off because I wasn't there, and then I finished it off. But this is dedicated to you tonight.
Thank you.
A Vietnam soldier's prayer. Windswept orange clouds of rumble and roar Pour heavenly anger and echo fierce battles being fought down below. This unexplained war goes on in every jungle, in every village, in every hamlet, and on every shore. Dear God, please help us stop all this killing of brother by brother. We humbly implore. Take us back safely from these Vietnam jungles, these muddy brown rivers, to American shores. Please let us go home. And should our brothers go missing or not make it home, please comfort their families and do let them know that they are with you, that they will suffer no more, and that they were welcome home as they walk through heaven's door, and that one day we'll see them once more, when all the rumble and roar has subsided, and all the wars of the world have ended. But from now till that end, please forgive us and help us learn to forgive, and bring peace upon us so that we all may live and let live. Thank you, O Lord, for this silent moment of peace. Inspired and dedicated to our soldiers who fought in Vietnam.
Thank you, Judge.
I apologize for not having my robe.
That's all right, Joe.
But I would borrow just Salinas, except I think it's a little too long. Thank you. You were about to offer it, I know. But I did bring my pen, so if I need to sign it. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Juan Roberto Ramirez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly
or indirectly paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
or promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promised
or promised
any public office
any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or my confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever
The case may be.
the case might be.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay. And then the oath of office. I
I,
state,
Juan Roberto Ramirez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of trustee for District 6
of trustee of District 6
of the Board of Trustees
of the Board of Trustees
for the United Independent School District
for the United Independent School District
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will,
to
to the best of my
the
ability,
best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and the states, this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
We're gonna take one all three after there's a.
Before we proceed with the next agenda item, I noticed that there was not listed on there the Pledge of Allegiance, which is very much called for, considering that we're celebrating Veterans Week, as Judge Hale said. And not only that, after we do the Pledge of Allegiance, we normally do a moment of silence. This moment of silence today will be particularly particularly somber for us as our colleague and board member, Mr. Rick Rodriguez, is grieving the loss of his son. So if we'll please stand for the pledge and then for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag.
Thank you.
Condolences for Ms. Martha Stahl's mother that passed away also, from our family, from United. Thank you.
And then just on a side note, I would like to thank my family, my mother, my brother Sam and Claire, and my husband Victor, and my son, and all my family. You know, when I spoke at the Go Public press announcement, I mentioned that I am as apolitical as any person can be. But I love what I do as a UISD board member, and I'm honored to be able to continue the work that I started my first 4 years. It's bittersweet for me as well. My father's absence has weighed heavily on me, and I dedicate my swearing in to his memory. But I do thank, and if I start thanking people, I will forget someone for sure. But my father-in-law who took over my father's position as treasurer, and I'm very grateful for that. And my husband's family supported me very much. But all my family members are here, Annie and Gabby, and my children. And as I mentioned in that Go Public press conference, I said that when all of us run for political office, we drag our families with us by association. And I believe my colleague, Mr. Judd Gilpin, has also mentioned to me that, you know, many people think there's lots of, and there are lots of honors and privileges that come along with being a board member, but at the same time, there's a lot of negative things that come along with that as well, and not just to us, but to our family members. So I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for supporting me. Thank you.
I want to congratulate Mr. Montemayor and Alisa and my wife, mi esposa, por el respaldo que me ha otorgado, lo que me ha aguantado y la que siempre me ha empujado a seguir haciendo lo que estoy haciendo. Y siempre me dice, es tu gusto, tú lo quieres así, nomás cumple. Haz lo mejor de tu parte y sigue adelante. Pídele a Dios, el cual la ayuda siempre le he recibido, no puedo pedir más. Es un honor de servir a ustedes. Es un honor estar aquí con los miembros de la mesa directiva, los compañeros. Y estaría con 16 años, el segundo de los más largos, aparte de Mr. Molina. Él tiene 20, ¿qué?
22.
22.
23.
Ya va para 23. Yo tengo 16. Y si Dios me presta vida y salud, estos 4 van a ser 20. Y si estaré bien todavía y estamos aquí sirviendo, yo seguiré adelante, ¿por qué no? Nomás contestar de que está recibiendo el mismo cheque todos los meses.
He's still a youngster. He's still got a few good years.
Pero que no se acabe United.
Que no se acabe. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you for everyone who supported me, who I've been able to work with. I've been on this board now. This is going on my 3rd term. I never thought I'd be here this long. You know, I practice law and I'm in the courts every day, but I make at least an hour or 2 of time to go and visit the campuses and meet with staff and meet with administration. And my uncle whose daughter just recently won for the Court of Appeals. Abraham Rodriguez, former board member at LISD, told me two things. He says, hey, first thing, hazte concha. And I've done that, you know, and it's tough sometimes, kind of weathering the storm. You get a lot of criticism. And being on the board, you know, there's a white wall and people will always point at the black spot and forget about all the good things that we've done. But the other thing he told me is take care of the kids and everything else will come second. Finances and all that. So I think I've done that. I think we as a board have done that. We've injected a lot of time and energy. We've done a lot of good things here at United ISD. We've come a long way in my 8 years. It's not just the board and it's not just the superintendent, it's the teachers and the staff and everybody involved. But I think there's a lot of work and left to be done. You know, there's a lot of opportunities for our kids to succeed, and that's where I want to help, and that's why I'm still here. So I want to thank everybody for sharing your knowledge with me. I've learned quite a bit, and I realize I don't know much about education as I thought I did, and I'm learning every day. So, you know, thank you for the support, and I hope I can continue to do a good job.
I just want to say one last thing, sir. 16 years ago, somebody from somewhere in the district said, go get a three-legged dog and bring it over to make him a board member. Well, here I am, three-legged dog. So I'll be keeping going.
All right, congratulations, everyone, thank you. All right. Okay, moving on with the agenda, we have agenda item 4, closed session. The time is now 6:53 p.m. and the board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to sections 551.071 and 551.074 of the Texas Government Code to discuss agenda item 4A. We will be back in about 15 minutes. So if my family will wait for me, we'll be right back. The board has reconvened from executive session. No action was needed or taken. And just on a side note, I want to thank my sister Isabel and my niece Celica, whom I failed to mention. Stand up, please. Thank you. Okay, and with that, anyone else did we forget? We forget everyone all the time, right? So with that being said, any motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, thank you.